Pairing. Waiting.
Is it on the YouTube? I'm not seeing it coming up.
Pairing. There we go.
There it is.
All right.
Everybody's waiting patiently.
Yep. Thanks. Hey, Dennis. Thanks everybody for waiting so patiently with me and Dan. We're working behind the scenes. He's not feeling so well, but we're waiting for the Zoom to get ready. For Zoom to get ready, so we could get the show on the road. So apologies for that, but hey, we are here. It is Wednesday. It is the first Wednesday of fall. And I don't know about you guys, but with the nights getting cooler and you getting longer, you know what that means? More imaging time.
And as of today, I'm getting older.
Congratulations, man. Oh, hey Ross, how are you doing, man? How you doing? So So yeah, we got a good show. Hopefully, we have a good show tonight. Good conversation about astrophotography, astronomy. Check in with everybody, see how everybody's doing, and do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up as you're coming in. Do me a favor, give us a thumbs up. We really appreciate that. Appreciate this continued support for what we're doing here. Past 5 seasons, and it's been awesome. So, Dave, happy birthday, man.
Thanks, sir.
And you got any plans, maybe on the weekend, or did you do anything past weekend?
It's the weather here is so bad. It's just going to get worse as that tropical system comes up. But,
yeah,
today, I had to work. So, work today, do this tonight, probably play golf one day this weekend.
Okay.
Nothing big. Although I did get a nice surprise from my big sis. She lives in Nashville.
Okay.
And she got me tickets to the Nashville Washington Capitals game.
Nice. Going to see the Preds
in January. So I booked my tickets already. I'm like, nice. I'm there. Hell yeah. Spend a long weekend in Nashville and go watch the Caps. All about it.
There you go. There you go. Yep. It's awesome. That is awesome. So yeah, we have like I said, start of fall. And we're going to start getting the fall constellations moving in pretty soon. Orion's going to be coming pretty soon. But Andromeda is out now. So go ahead and start getting those, your annual M31,
M33,
and M33 images, and stuff like that. So yeah, I am waiting patiently. I've got everything set. I'm waiting for astronomical dusk so I can get started on the flying bat and the squid. Still working on that, and gonna put a lot more time in. Get a couple hours of HA in. I don't need a lot of time. With HA, I need a lot of time, but the rest of the time it's gonna be all 03. Hey, Tom, how's it going?
Hello, Newman.
Oh, Newman, what's happening? Hello, Newman. Dan's feeling like crud or whatever. He said, I can't handle it. I'm taking a mental health day. So we get it. So it's all good. We got it. So, Mike, let me go right here to, don't forget, we have the image of the week posted. We should be seeing everything. We just double check if it's actually going. And for some reason, it's not. So
what's not going?
It doesn't look like the image of the week.
Oh, it's not up?
Yeah, I thought it was up. but
dun,
I
dun,
will. Dun, dun, dun. Exactly. So it's going to take a quick look here. Thought I had set this all up.
Dan's got some drinking to do. Yeah, Dan needs a little hiatus. I think his work is kind of crushing him.
Yeah. Here you go. Here to view. Oh, I think I was looking at the wrong one. So let me go to image of the week. Make sure that one's good. Maybe I was looking at the wrong one. Nope, they are up. Okay. So the poll is up,
good.
and we've already got 8. Looks like we've got 8 votes for the experience bracket.
Yeah, I meant to check earlier, and I didn't get a chance.
We got 6. 6 for the novice bracket. I'll go ahead and share here. Let me share.
6 in the novice bracket. Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah.
Lobster Claw, Blubble. Who's that? Greg Yancey. That's pretty short. Ooh, I like that one.
So here we go. We've got in the experience bracket, we've got the Lobster and the Bubble Nebula by Greg Yancey. You know, because now Greg, he has gotten to the point, you know, where he won last month, you know, image of the month, I believe. So we kicked him out of the novice and moved him into the experience. So he's in. So this is his entry in the experience. And we've got the Tulip Nebula by Dr. Meyer.
That one's really cool. I love how he did the kind of the soft pastels on the tulip there.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild looking.
And we've got Set 214, also by Greg Yancey. You know, hey, he's getting some imaging done, man. You know, Greg is making it happening. He's making it happen. So good for him. And we have the Ghost here. IC63 by Tom Peter.
TP.
Yes. Navi is such a bright star, you know. I wonder if Navi's a double star.
No, but you know what's nice about his, you know, that halo looks very natural. It doesn't, you know, it's, you know, I don't know how much better you can control it than that.
Right.
Especially, you know, I guess he's using a refractor of sort, right? I'm sure.
Yeah. And Tom, to answer your question, yes, I do. I do have one of the Uranus Metro sensors. So congrats on getting one. And so hope you enjoy that. And for the novice bracket, we've got the Bubble Nebula by Daniel LeBrake.
I like that. That looks good.
Yeah. And we have another Ghost by Ross Hampton.
Is that done with a Sea Star? Yeah.
Yeah, this was done with a Sea Star. So pretty impressive with a Sea Star for sure.
Yeah, that's a hard one with the Sea Star.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So don't forget, get over here to astroworldweb.com/IOTW and get your votes in. So you go ahead and stop sharing.
Oh, Daniel LeBrake did his bubble with the Carbon Star Ritchie, 8-inch Ritchie.
Oh, really? Yeah. Wow.
I wonder if he's in the chat. I wonder how he likes that.
Okay. So yeah. So like I said, I'm working on the squid, and I think I got about 5 hours of O3 yesterday. That looks okay. I'm going to go for another 5 tonight and get 2 hours of HA just before. I'll get 2 hours of HA, then I'll get the O3 for the rest of the night. And
how much HA do you have it on so far?
I want to say I've got 5 hours.
Okay, yeah. You get up to about 7 or 8. That's about maxing it.
Yeah. So that's I believe it's about 5 hours. And so, yeah, I think after this 2 hours, I'll be done with the HA. Then I'll just strictly go. But then for these next 2 nights, I'll go O3. So it's basically 7 hours now with the with fall here, you know, and the later the earlier
dark
sunsets that, you know, so now I can get 7 hours, you know, a night. And so,
are you using the FLT?
I am. I'm using the FLT. So,
how long are you running your exposures for?
5 minutes.
Okay.
5 minutes per. Yeah. I was looking at the histogram, and I'll show this. Sure, bring up my histogram and all that stuff. So, to give you an idea.
Hey, Jackie.
Jackie made it.
How you like that weather up in Baltimore? We're getting screwed so bad. You're getting all the good weather, Eric.
Yeah, for now. Yeah, because you guys got the tropical storm coming, the hurricane possibly there. You know, that's going to be coming. I think it's supposed to actually turn into at least like a category 1, I believe.
They said by the time it makes landfall, it might be a 3.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, it's not good.
No, it's not good at all.
But so, by the time we get it, it'll be just, you know, a ton of rain.
Yeah. Let me take a look at this here real quick. So right now, if I maximize this, for 5 minutes, I'm pretty buttoned up towards that meridian. So, I mean, towards the end of the edge of that histogram. So I'm wondering, I'm debating, maybe I should go 6 hours. I mean, 600 seconds. Maybe we should go 10 minutes per exposure.
If your mount can do it, you know, you can do it. The only downside, well, even still, I mean, it's airplane going through.
Yeah.
But I mean, are you in an airplane alley where? Okay,
not too much. I'm nowhere near O'Hare. The closest airline is the Rockford airport, but that's mostly like for freight, you know, like UPS and FedEx fly in there and stuff like that.
All right, well, that's not too bad then. So I mean, if you get an occasional satellite, as long as you have enough subframes, it'll cancel out. Yeah. I mean, I live between Dulles and Nashville, and Andrews is not far. So, you know, we have, you know, there's always a chance, depending on where I'm pointing to the sky, then I'm going to get a 737 or larger going through my frames. But typically, you know, it's 1, maybe 2 out of 30.
Gotcha. So, yeah, I may just go ahead since I'm already rocking it with 5 minutes. Just keep it all consistent. I mean, it's all get stacked together, so it's going to bring out a good image.
Exactly, and you know, you don't have to take 10-minute darks and redo a lot of that stuff. You'll have
because here
you can use the library you have.
Yep. So here you can see that it is. You can see you can see it pretty well from here. So, you know, adding on another 21 hours, it should be fine. It should be fine.
And that's previous data that you got from before?
Yeah, that was earlier. That was previous data that I grabbed maybe about a week ago, or maybe 2 weeks ago.
Wow, that's really good.
So yeah. So I'll just gather it all up and, you know, put it in the pooter and let it go. So,
yeah, that'll look good.
Yeah, that'll look good. So, like I said, Dan is out, not feeling so great, taking a little time. I just got an email. Well, I'm sure a lot of you may have gotten the email from the Masters of Pix Insight on their free event happening tomorrow, where they're working on narrowband, and they're going to be touching on the 4-ax palette as well as the SHO palette.
Who's doing that?
The Masters of Pix.
Oh, really? Okay,
yeah,
cool.
It's a.
Oh, you know what? I think I got that same email.
Yeah, it's a free, I believe, WebEx that they're doing.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
I think I may be participating or hopping into that myself, to learn on the Forax check. I think that'll be a good thing. And yep, I agree. I think it's a must see, Tom. So I think I'm definitely going to be going and joining Ron and Pete and Mr. Keller, and enjoying a little bit of time with the Masters of Pix Insight. So definitely they support us, and I'm definitely going to show my support to them and joining in on that. And
is that a 7 o'clock start?
I believe it is a 7 o'clock Eastern start.
God, I wish they'd start at 8, man. Because I'm like still at the shop at 7 o'clock, and it's like,
yeah. For me, it's 6 o'clock, and it's like, wow, yeah. I'm still,
it's like, you know what? I could log on to the shop and watch, but I've been there for 12 hours already. I don't want to be there any longer.
Right. So, but yeah, definitely want to get into learning more on the Forax palette for my narrow band, as well as the SHO. So.
It's a cool palette. I've been actually blending Forax with SHO to put them together, and man, it comes out pretty cool.
Yeah, you've been doing some really good images, some really good narrowband images with the Forax palette that you've shared with us, that you even submitted into the Image of the Week contest, and stuff like that. So, no, you've been doing some great work with that stuff. Now, also, I ordered the last planet. I think one of the last planetary cameras that Dan had from ZWO.
Oh, which one did you get?
The 662.
Oh, okay. He had one of those?
Yeah, he had one left. He had the 662, so I wanted to grab it for planetary. And I think we talked a little bit about this maybe last week or the week before, that I wanted to get back into trying planetary, going after Saturn.
Yeah.
But at 40 degrees elevation, it's not working. I mean, that atmosphere is too much to get through at 40 degrees. So I'm just going to have to wait until it gets to at least maybe 60, perhaps. So whenever that time comes.
The only thing about that, they say, is when it gets up higher, you're going to lose the rings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's like at a point now where the rings are, and as it gets higher, the rings are going to be face on.
Face on? Well,
so it might be interesting. You might just see a line.
Yeah. I'll keep an eye on it every once in a while. I'll try it again at 50. But 40 degrees at 40 degrees elevation, it was just way too much atmosphere, even with the ADC. But so here I was using it, no problem. And I go back out the next night, and it's just not responding. It just stops. It's just not working.
The camera?
Yeah, the camera. I'm just like, what is going on?
Oh, that's a defect.
Send
that back to Dan.
Yeah, I am. So, and it goes, and I tried like 3 different USB cables. I'm going into different USB ports and everything. But then when I go get my 224,
works fine. Okay.
Works just fine. And then I brought the 662 in here, plugged it up to my PC here to see if it would get recognized. Still nothing.
On my desktop. Wrong.
So yeah. So yeah, it was so he's sending me a player 1.
The Artemis or whatever it is, or
I believe it's the Neptune.
Neptune
M. Yeah. Because I'm gonna go mono. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go mono and start merging the RGB in like Photoshop and stuff like that, and see how that all comes out. But
Jupiter's pretty high up in the sky right now.
It is.
You should go for that one. I mean, that was probably the easy. You're gonna do planetary. That's probably the easiest one to start on.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on, see where it because in the east it's pretty high, but there's my neighbor's tree blocking it. So I got to wait till it gets more to the southeast, and so I've got to take a look on Stellarium and or what have you.
Figure out what, but that might work out better because the moon's going to maybe be past its full phase. Because I was watching, it's like at one point they're going to be very close, and then the moon's going to drop, and then it'll be way farther away from the moon. So
yeah, we got a lot of birthday wishes for you, Dave.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And George, RV's all packed and ready to go to Okie Tech.
Oh, there you go. Awesome, George.
Yeah, enjoy that. Enjoy the time. Enjoy the time. Hope you get I'm sure you get some really clear skies.
Yeah, hope we get great weather, man.
I get great weather. And you can get some great imaging done in those skies. Absolutely.
When is that? That's end of this month?
I think so.
Yeah, the next new moon.
Yeah, the next new moon. So, and that's first week of October, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, yeah, so that sounds right.
Yeah. So yeah. So you just been right now, of course, with this tropical storm and soon to be hurricane coming. You pretty much just batten down the hatches, huh? And
yeah, I mean it's been raining since last week.
Okay.
And it's just we haven't had, on and off. But I mean, even in between when it's not raining, it's cloudy, overcast. It's just blah.
Yeah,
it's been horrible.
Yeah,
so, is what it is. I can't complain. It is. I had a couple good weeks in a row, and then now I'm paying for it. So
hey.
Well, but I want to get more data on the Ghost of Cassiopeia. Now I can't. Okay. And then I want to get my 81 back on there so I could do Andromeda again and do some stuff with the refractor. But,
there we go. Yeah, it's this is refractor time. This is the nebulae. The nebulae are coming out. Yeah. Before you know it, Orion will be back towards late October, early November.
I'm sorry. I can't wait to do the Horsehead with the Carbon Star.
There you go.
And get those big spikes off all the tack, in the frame. I've seen photos, people doing that with newts, and it looks so cool.
Yeah.
I see Mark's on the chat. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Mark. He's dealing with the same thing I'm dealing with. He's about 50 miles south of me, so he's hating life as far as imaging goes. Oh, narrowband channel is on. Thank you, sir. Hope everything's going well for you.
Oh, wow. Yeah, absolutely. Happy birthday. It's really good to see you on. Thanks for joining, man. Really appreciate that. And so I did catch, I was watching a few videos here. There are a few. He just put one out. I haven't had a chance to see it yet. Harmonic versus Worm, which I'm going to definitely need to check out. And see how.
I think the last one I watched of his was I think it was one of his update videos, which I was very happy to hear.
Yeah. Yeah, Ben. I mean, that was some very good news to hear. The update. God bless you, and we're gonna keep the faith and
keep fighting the good fight, man.
Fighting the good fight. So I'm happy you were able to hop on here and join us, Ben. Really.
Yeah.
So, and then definitely I want to check out his video with the mounts. He just put it out a couple of days ago. Harmonic versus Worm. So it should be really, really good. Ben, you put out some great videos, man. So well done.
Yeah.
And so there are I was also watching a few other videos on mounts because it's, sooner or later I'm going to get a new mount.
One of these days.
One of these days, it's gonna happen.
Well, now that you're not moving to Georgia,
yeah. At least,
honey, I need a new mount.
I need a new mount, honey. I need a new mount. And and I'm not getting any.
I know you were eyeballing that EQ35.
I was. I was.
I was eyeballing that thing too, but then I wanted to get the harmonic. So, but I still have my EQ6, and I'm still going to use it. I'm just waiting. Yeah. I'm waiting for my adapter to get for Justin to finish my adapter, and I'm going to have, ideally, I'll be able to have two things going at once.
Yeah.
I'll put my big refractor on that EQ6, and then run my lighter weight stuff on that harmonic. I'll be loving life.
Yeah.
I'm anxious to see how well that 81 does on that harmonic mount. So, yeah, and one of the things I'm going to do with the Carbon Stars, I'm going back to on axis. I'm going to use a guide scope.
Okay.
Because the OAG, because the image circle is so small for that, it's just the OAG case doesn't pick off stars as well, and it's just, and the stars it does pick off are wonky looking, and it's just like, you know what? Let me put the guide scope back on and put a camera on that, because Dan did that, and Dan was using a guide scope with it on his Nix and was getting insane guiding numbers, and I was like, wow, okay, well, maybe I should switch back to a guide scope then, because that that thing doesn't weigh hardly anything.
And as I was saying, I'm not getting any younger. So even though the CQ350 looks like a great mid-grade observatory level grade mount, with that weight capacity.
Yeah.
With the payload of 77 pounds or something like that.
Yeah. And it's similar to what you're used to. I mean, with the
center bound, with the SIM. Yeah. But it's just the weight of it. I mean, you talk about the mount itself, I think around 35 or
it's heavy, I'm sure.
And then you got the counterweights also to move onto that guy. So that and doing that, I don't know. I don't know if I'd be, I don't know. I just don't know.
Well, that's what you put in your dome, and then you get yourself a lightweight harmonic to travel with.
Yeah. And I'm still looking at the HAE 69 from my Ioptron. I'm still looking at that because I've already got the Ioptron right now, and I've got the Pier. So it'll be seamless. It'll fit right on it because it's an Ioptron Pier and all that stuff. So not going to have any worry about that. So it just probably makes a bit more sense for me just to keep waiting, and eventually I'll get that Ioptron harmonic because I think it weighs around 20 pounds, 20 or 25 pounds.
Would you get the one with the absolute encoders or
no? I don't think I need it. I don't think I need the encoders. I mean, it's not, I personally don't think I will get the benefit out of it, with the whole, unguided and all that stuff, because I don't think that they're not absolute encoders, if I not believe.
Yeah. Ben says the Ioptron 69 is a beast.
Yeah. Yeah, that HAE 69 is that is as far as a harmonic mount, I think that is the heaviest payload I've seen so far.
Out of all of them. I think that's the heaviest one. Yeah.
69, so.
Oh man, something flew into my wine.
Oh,
little bastard.
So that's the one I'm gonna keep my eye on. I did see, I've only seen a small number of videos on the HAE 69. I like it because you can go from alt-az to equatorial So because you can't convert, you can go from one or the other, which will be good if I ever decide, yeah, I'm bored. Let me just look at some stuff while the Sim 60 is still imaging, or whatever. I could do that. Or
the nice thing about having alt-az is if you're doing planetary or solar,
yeah,
alt-az is actually probably a little more friendly to do that.
Yeah. And Ben, that's my point, when it comes to the encoders. Even with the encoders, I'm still going to end up guiding.
Yeah, most people do.
So what's the use of spending the extra money? I'm sure I'm still going to get great, numbers, PhD2 numbers with it, just like I'm getting with the Sim 60. The Sim 60, I can usually get between 50 to 90.9, between 0.6 and 0.9. I have gotten down at some point, sometimes I have gotten down as low as 0.3 RMS. But yeah, Ioptron really needs an upgrade to their website.
Oh, really? I haven't been there. Is it bad?
Man, it's pretty. Oh yeah, it's old.
Warp Astron sent me an email. They just redid their website because I guess people were having all kinds of issues with their website too.
Okay.
So, is it now? I was going to ask you: is it direct drive motor or is it stepper motor?
It's stepper.
Yeah. So that was the one thing that steered me towards the Warp Astron because it's direct motor.
Yeah, it totally looks. Yeah, Ben, you're right. It totally looks like it's straight out of the '90s.
Oh, really?
A 1990s website. Yeah, it's dated.
That's surprising. You would think,
Yeah, I know. I mean, heck, William Optics, they updated their website this year, and it looks fantastic.
Yeah, their websites actually look good.
It looks really good, and so let me take a look here at the strain lines. HAE 40s 69. Come on. Here we are. And I don't need the iPole or anything like that. I mean, you've got so many, there are so many tools out here now. With to do polar alignment, I don't see a need to get the additional, spending money on the extra iPolar and stuff like that. So, but yes, it's confirmed. I wanted to double check and see, and it is a stepper motor for the HAE69, and they've got the C out. So, I mean, within about 2 years, they went from the original to the B, and now they've got the C. I think within 2 years of them releasing the HAE69, they've upgraded it. They've made a few different iterations now. So, but yeah, it's not a cheap mount. I mean, I'm looking at it here, and it's like, oh my gosh,
Loki the Trollski.
Oh.
First she was kind of upset.
Loki. Now she's the Trollski.
Oh my god!
Don't worry. So be happy. Be happy. So anyway, it's been a pretty good week. We've got Friday coming up. But by the way, whoever, you down south in the southeast, and also where Dave is, but especially down in the southeast, if you're watching us in Florida, thank you. But please definitely
get out of Dodge.
Get out. Yeah. Yeah. If you can find shelter, out, away. If not, please be safe.
Yeah, I have a bunch of friends that are down there. Fortunately, my friends in Destin look like they're going to, I don't know how, they've avoided every storm that's come up. Destin apparently sits in like this magic zone where it either goes west of them or east of them. But I have friends that are just outside of Tampa, and this storm looks like it's going to push all that water up into Tampa Bay.
Yeah, they're looking at
everything.
20-foot storm surges.
Yeah, that's going to flood Tampa Bay bad.
Yeah, so that's what I've heard. And I have two of my sisters. They live in Jacksonville, so they're going to get quite a bit of the rain, and everything. So it's just going to be, but yeah, the western part of Florida and around Tampa Bay and everything, they're going to get hit pretty hard.
Yeah.
And the Keys, the Florida Keys, of course, as well. So as I say, just, if you have, being able to get away, great. If you can still get away, do what you can. And if you cannot, just take care of yourselves, and all of the equipment, the Astro equipment, hopefully you have, it's insured. But just like, I had my moment where, insurance helped me out with my equipment. Oh, definitely, if you haven't gotten it now, maybe after this, maybe think about a private or a personal property, rather, a personal property, policy. They're not that much, really. It's like $25 a month, if that. Maybe, I think it's like, 20 or 25. But it'll save your stuff in case, something should happen during the storm. Tom, hey, Dave, I ordered one of those 3nm H8 Altairs from Dan. Have you had a chance to use it yet? Or did you just order it and you're waiting for it to arrive?
Is it a dual narrowband or just the HA narrowband?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's good. I mean, their filters are, I think, some of the best.
Yeah. And Thomas, I ordered a Skywatcher Wave 100i from Dan. Thank you. Thank you for supporting him. And
he got a Wave.
World Telescope. Thank you for supporting him. And I know this has been something he's been wanting to do and get this business going for a long time. And now he's doing it and he's doing great. But he's also burning, the candle at both ends,
Yeah, he is. He's on the chat.
Oh, there he is. Speaking of the devil.
Dan, that I sell defective cameras to Eric, man.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, geez. You wanted to give me
it's one thing to give him a discount. It's another thing to give him a discount on,
Oh, it's crap. But seriously, I mean, not knocking ZWO. It's just every company you get one that something happens, so it's not that bad of a.
It does. I got an Altair that went to poo poo, but I just got in touch with the right people, and it was replaced like that.
Replaced like that.
Which I don't know if you'll be able to do the same with ZWO.
Yeah, I don't know. So Ben is asking Dan here, when can I order a TubeTech Astro Station from Dan? So, so Dan, when are you gonna have it? So you can answer Ben's question there in the chat. So it's good to have him on, and appreciate him hopping in here. So again, if you haven't yet, go to astroworldweb.com/IOTW and take a look at the latest poll, or and the vote. The polls are open. You can go and vote. You can vote, and this is that season. We're in voting season. You got early voting now going on.
That's right. That's right.
So if you're gonna do early voting,
do
it. And don't forget to come on back and vote for the image of the week, for the experienced and the novice.
Make sure you bring 10 friends with you.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. Now, year 115 became astronomy product of 2024. Oh, okay. Starfield.
Starfield Optics, yeah.
Starfield Optics.
Look at that.
Congratulations. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Hey, did you guys see the thing from SETI Astro?
His blind solver or
no, his new blur exterminator.
Oh yes, his new deconvolution.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see the video.
Pretty
I did not get a
interesting.
chance to watch it all, but I did start to see it. But I haven't got a chance to see it completely.
I watched it earlier, and I have to say, I got to download it, compare results, and see what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, I think he does have it, I believe, in his repository as well as a separate download. So you can go to either one and just go to SETIastro.com.
Yep.
And go to the PixInsight scripts and check Frank's scripts out. Definitely get, if you're
Dan said they were talking about it on MOP last night.
Oh yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Tom, I agree. I was going to say Frank's a genius.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
He knows what he's doing.
He really knows what he's doing.
Not taking anything away from what's his name?
From Russell.
Russell, yeah. Not taking anything away from Russell. Russell's a genius too.
So, I mean, they're both art. I mean, and then you've got, people who can explain and teach PixInsight so well, like our Masters of PixInsight friends, Adam Block, Sean Nielsen. So, Ross, tell ya, go for it. Go ahead and get PI. It's not that much compared to whatever, you've already purchased for astrophotography and for what you're doing. It's a drop in the bucket.
And once you get it, you have it for life.
Have it for life. Exactly.
And you can put it on as many computers as you want.
Yep.
Where like APP is also the same thing. Once you get it for life, but you can only put it on so many computers.
Yeah. They do have a limitation. I want to say it's like I think it's like 3 or 5.
3, I think, something like that. But PI, you put it on whatever you want and run it wherever you're at.
Yep. And you can, if you have a Mac, you can run it on Mac. If you have Linux, I believe you can run it on Linux.
I think so, yeah.
So yeah. And I tell you, with PixInsight now, and we've talked about this in the past, I've mentioned in the past, it used to being so intimidating. If you just take a few, or even go to the mastersofpixinsight.com and take even their newbie series of classes, just get started.
Yeah.
It'll change everything, in your way you look at PixInsight. You will get so much knowledge in just a brief amount of videos because, they do them live for $35. And when you go through it, a live one, you have it, forever. You have the recordings and the data forever. So
if they revisit that same thing and they redo it, revamp it with new techniques or whatever, it's yours already.
It's yours. Exactly.
Yep.
So it's a great way to get away from that, hesitation, I would say, of getting PixInsight. And I tell you, it's pretty much, and now with, Frank from SETI Astro's scripts, as well as you have Bill Blanchard's scripts and so many other scripts. You have Blur Exterminator, Noise Exterminator, Star Exterminator. You have so many tools now that weren't there, not even a couple years ago, that you can breeze. You can almost breeze through PixInsight now. You just start developing, just a your simple workflow, and you just build that up, and you can be done, with everything within an hour. Exactly.
I mean, the WVP might take, depending on how many images you're stacking, but that might take the longest of anything.
Time. Exactly.
And it's like once you get to a point to where, okay, I know I have to do this, 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 in that order.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, it's just about, tweaking colors here, saturation there. But other than that, man, it's just so intuitive and it works so well.
Yes.
And I when I first got it, it was a little, I was like, oh God, what am I getting into here? But then after a month of watching videos, watching Sean's videos, Steven entering into space, guys. But watching his
Miller?
videos,
Steve
Miller, yeah, that's it, yeah, Steve Miller.
Oh, okay.
Watching him and Sean's videos of going through PixInsight and doing all that, man, it made things, simplified things for me so much better. And now I'm a member of Adam Block's website too, and his stuff. I mean, and I think I just joined that because I have I really want to know what's going on behind these algorithms and what it's doing. And a lot of times you go into a process, you see all these sliders, and your first instinct is just go with the default. Just go with the default. But what happens if I do move this slider? What am I doing? And if you go on Adam Block's website, you pay, but he goes into it and he shows you exactly what those sliders are doing, why that you might want to tweak this slider or that slider, or do this in WBP where you might just go with the defaults. And I mean, it is so intuitive. But now it's like I used to take stuff out of PixInsight and put it in Photoshop to do certain things, but now I don't have to, because there have been scripts created for PixInsight that now do what the stuff in Photoshop would do. So there's no even. I'm half tempted to just cancel my subscription to Photoshop because that's expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, heck, $10. What is it for the photography one? It's like 10 or $11 a month, but it just keeps adding up. It just keeps adding up.
I think for the version I have, it's like $30-something a month.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's not cheap, man. It costs a lot of money, and it's like anymore. The only thing I use it for is create collages.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to do a collage of a bunch of different photos and put them together.
Yeah.
Because that's easy to do on Photoshop. But PixInsight, maybe one day they'll come up. Somebody will create a script for that.
Yeah.
Where you can just bring up all the images you want to put into collage and arrange it right there on your screen. Done. Execute.
Yep. That's it.
So there's SETI Astro, Russell Croman, Bill Blanchard. If you're listening or watching,
there you go.
There's a script that you can create.
An idea for a script. To do collages of all your astrophotography.
Yeah, pretty much.
Chris is saying GIMP works fine for collages as well, and GIMP is free.
Does it? Okay, I've never tried GIMP, so I'd have to look for that.
Yeah, and GIMP is free for sure. Jackie is saying Affinity Photo is cheap and powerful, but there is a learning curve. So
Affinity, yeah,
Affinity Photo. So something to keep an eye on there. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of companies that have gone to this subscription base, and by doing so have probably gained a lot of customers, but at the same time it's detracted a lot of customers as well, because now they're saying, oh great, now if I want to keep this, I gotta keep giving you money every month or every year or what have you. So it just depends on your point of view. But I know, Adobe, SGP, heck, Microsoft, you name it, they're all at this point, and it's just like, it's almost like it's one of those monthly expenses, almost like utilities. It's just like, why? So I like AI to perform these collage making functions, Loki says. You know what? You never know, because everything, they're building so many so many more tools based within AI. Heck, you never know. I wouldn't be surprised. It sounds like the Sky X. Yeah, it is. So yeah. I'm looking at, on YouTube and also checking a few others out. Every once in a while I'll check out the Astro Imaging channel. And just this past weekend, they were talking about the, DIY, setting up your own remote imaging site. So would that be something you would do there, Dave? Would you, if you could do it, would you, go out and buy a piece of land and set up your own imaging, your own personal imaging site, remote imaging site, remote observatory?
Depending on where it was, yeah, probably. I mean,
Yeah.
it'd be tempting.
Yeah.
I'd have to make sure that I had somebody nearby that could maintain
That's
it,
big thing.
and service it. Obviously for me, anywhere close to me is going to be to get to a really dark site is every bit of 3 hours away. I mean, I can get to decently dark sites, hour and a half, but to get to really dark, 3 to maybe 4 hours to get to B2.
Yeah.
I'd have to go and meet people and find somebody who'd be willing to, make sure, and somebody who is good with tools, yeah, but I would do it in a heartbeat,
You got somebody you can trust and it knows what they're doing. It's good with tools, which was so cool, with Dan planning on sending his
down to Texas,
to Brave Falls. I'm like, hey, and for the cost, I got to double check what the costs were for him. That is something I personally would be more comfortable with,
Yeah, and who's the guy that has the place in Utah as well?
Yeah.
He's been on the show before.
He's been on the show before, yes.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing, and he has, I believe, his daughter and son-in-law.
Correct. Live there.
They live on property and can go and accept, and take a look at things, maybe do a quick reset, maybe of, the routers or whatever.
Or USB cable goes bad.
Stuff like that. Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's for me, I don't know if I could, just set something up like, say, in New Mexico or even in Texas or somewhere where you got some really dark skies and just leave it out there on this lonesome.
Yeah, it just scares me. I mean,
yeah, it just scares. Can't do it. I have, but going, to, a site where you have people that can appreciate what you're trying to do, and they're just like us. They're in that same, lifestyle of astrophotography and astronomy. They can go out here and, and you can pay them a nominal price to do, some upkeep and just make sure, hey, things are running properly.
Yeah.
Check in on things. And for the most part, a lot of times, once you get everything set up initially, with the exception, like if you were saying maybe a cable goes bad or something like that.
Yeah.
Once it's there, and it's set.
Yeah.
I mean, even, if you have a Schmidt or something, usually as long as nobody's bumping into stuff, it's got to
it'll stay in collimation.
It'll stay collimated.
Yep, same thing. Stuff like even that. A nuke too will as well. Yeah.
Exactly. So, once you get the initial setup done and you're comfortable with, how things are, and you can connect to it, via home, via tight VNC or TeamViewer or wherever, remote access service you got to use. Once you get it going, it's gone. And you're good.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't know about, just doing it on my own, doing a DIY thing. Just very concerning. Oh, cool. Starting the image now. There we go.
Yeah, Ben, I agree. I don't understand why Photoshop hasn't been able to just support 32-bit images. I mean, that's just, everything's got to be 16-bit. It's got to be a TIFF, and it's just kind of antiquated for what they charge.
Yep. So, Craig Stocks, thank you, Craig Stocks.
Oh, out in Utah, that's it. Yes,
Utah. Thank you, yes. Thank you. My, so I think I might need some Prevagen.
Well, I'm a year older today, so I got an
excuse. I'll admit it. Hey, you know what?
You're still a young one, Eric.
Yeah, but I don't tell you, if you can't make fun of yourself, then
exactly.
Luke, I get Luke. I guess you just put out a video now as well regarding Jupiter. We were just talking about Jupiter, and he put out, maybe it's just a quick short of his rotation, or he's taking images of Jupiter's rotation.
Oh, doing like a time lapse?
Maybe so. Yeah,
that's cool.
That'd be another cool thing. That
I saw somebody. Oh, yeah, I was telling you guys the other night. It was Astro Backyard posted on Facebook somebody else's video. It was a time lapse of Jupiter, and you could see the planet rotate, the spot going across, and all the moons rotate. It was amazing. It was like, that is awesome. And it was so crystal clear. He looks like he took it with like a 14 and Schmidt. I mean, it was real up close. Really, really cool.
Okay, it must have been just a short that he was doing, so no worries. But Nikon, I was out getting dinner. Hey, it's all good.
We all gotta eat.
We all gotta eat. We all gotta eat. And
usually that's Eric's excuse.
Yep. Ain't kidding. That's usually me. And
I have such a late lunch in the day that when I come home, I don't eat.
Let's see. I'm finally okay. So I'm out imaging now. So share.
First images coming in.
So first images, so
you're still doing HA, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm doing the HA right now. Guiding 0.9. It's okay. It could be better, but it's okay. 0.9. But as long as the stars are nice and round, that's
which
what
they look round.
They look round. That's all that matters. And even if I go here towards the sides,
it looks fine.
Yeah, they look good. I mean, nothing a little, Blurix Terminator can't fix. I mean, I get a little, edging here, but
yeah, you might have a little tilt, but
you have a little bit of tilt.
But yeah,
nothing that
Blurix will fix that.
So, yep. So,
and the whole thing with that image is nobody's gonna be looking at your corners.
Exactly.
They'll be looking at the middle, where that squid pops out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So. No.
Boy, it takes up the whole frame almost, though.
Yeah, this is even with the reducer. This is the 91 with the reducer. So I'm at 432 focal length. So yeah, and I'm using the 2600.
I can say one thing about your graph there. Your PA is perfect.
Yeah.
It is only correcting on the RA. I don't see a single deck correction.
Nope. Yeah. So I went back in there, and I tell you, having a pier, it is a true game changer. If you can install a permanent setup and set up a permanent pier, it is a definite game changer. So that's one of the best things I think one of the best things, if not the best thing I could have done for my astrophotography was installing a pier and setting that up. I mean, having the observatory, you know, and the pod is nice. It's a great windbreak, and you can do all this stuff, and it's protected. But I'd say that pier is second to none.
Yeah.
It's the thing.
One of these days, I have to have everything on my deck to get everything up high enough in the air, or else I can't see anything.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it is, you know, not everybody can do this stuff, but if you have an opportunity to, I mean, you can go for it. I mean, there was even a point where I've seen people who've actually, they built an observatory. They have even a dome observatory, and they have a steel I-beam in the ground, and then they put a pier on top, right?
They have
it
like
got it
pile drived into the earth.
And you know, and they've got it so far, that steel beam so far in the ground, and they've got that height, so that way they don't have to fight with, you know, maybe certain trees or houses or anything like that. They can really see the horizon much better and get some, you know, get better shots. So
yeah.
And let's see. Tom saying, I wish I had put in a pier 10 years ago. Yeah, I can hear you. You know, as I say, they're great. I mean, I will say, even my tri-pier, the stability of a tri-pier has been fantastic. When I got the tri-pier, when I got the 760, before I got the permanent, having just that stability of a tri-pier was even just as nice. You know, it's not perfect, but it's a lot more stable than just your regular
tripod.
You know, tripod, and maybe having some vibration, you know, some vibration suppression pads, you know, underneath or something like that.
Yeah.
It was pretty nice, and because heck, that's what I was doing prior. I still have in my, Robin keeps wanting me to sell it, and I keep forgetting to put it out on cloudy nights or something. I've still got my space buggy.
Oh, do you really? Where your little wheelie?
Yeah, the little wheelie.
Yeah,
you know?
Okay, yeah.
I still got it, and I mean, it's been sitting in my garage for like the past 4 or 5 years, just sitting there collecting dust. So it's like one of those things where I've got to do.
But yeah, those are great for people who are just going to roll it in and out of the garage.
Yeah, so. Yeah, and that's exactly it. There's those wheelie, these wheelie bars are fantastic. Yeah. And so if anybody's interested in a wheelie bar, I'll show you mine. I'll give you one for a really good price, so.
Yeah, for me, I have to be, I mean, I could set mine up out front, which would give me better views of certain parts of the skies, but I got 2 street lights out front that would just destroy. It was just like, so at least at the back behind the house, they're blocked out.
Yeah.
So it's not as bad.
Yeah.
And they've kind of done the street lights. Unfortunately they put LEDs in them, but they're covered. The tops are covered and they're downward facing, so they don't shoot up into the night sky. So they don't leave a big light dome.
Gotcha.
But shooting from behind my house on the deck, they're totally blocked out, so I don't have to worry about it. Okay. But if I was to put my rig out front, I mean, they create so much light. And then, cars turn around in the cul-de-sac or something like that, it would just be a nightmare. And I got a neighbor that lives across the street up the hill who has a floodlight that is on 24/7 that just annoys the hell out of me. And just,
Tom asking what model is mine. I have a heavy duty medium size wheelie bar, and I actually even replaced the wheels with the solid. They're treaded, but the ones that are solid, so you don't have to inflate them. They're just they're solid with the treads and everything. So
skateboard wheels.
Yeah.
Now is it?
No, they're rubber. They're rubber wheels, but I guess you don't have to inflate them.
Does it have levelers on it?
It does.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it does have levelers. Yeah. So yeah, it is. So yeah, it's the heavy duty one with the levelers and all that, which is kind of. I didn't have like one of the add-ons that you could buy where you can hook it up, where you have it's almost like a bit you can put onto a drill, and then you can hook it up, and then you can use your cordless drill to rotate it so the legs or the stabilizers can come down and help you level things out without you having to always turn and go for each one and try to level it and stuff.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so this one you can just use. If I would have had that, that would have made things so much easier. But yeah, it would because if you just had that, put my DeWalt power drill, just hook that sucker up and just let it start leveling, it would make things so much faster. Yeah. But yeah, it's still really good. Yes, big wheels. Yes, it's the big wheels, the big treaded wheels. That you don't have to inflate. So. They're pretty still, they're really, really solid. So
yeah,
like rolling on rolling a 4x4.
I mean, I have my mount on the EQ6 tripod, and that thing's sturdy as hell with the pier extension, with the extension on it, so it works really well. The only thing I have to worry about is my big fat 75-pound dog goes out the dog door on the deck. Wobbles the deck a little bit, but usually by the time I start shooting at night, he's not going out. So
heck, I know there was a moment where I was running my AVX mount because I still have my AVX mount. When I sent my SEM60 out for repair to IOP trying to get it tuned up. And I have 3 dogs, and one of them is just, a young, puppy, maybe he's not a puppy anymore, but he's 2 years old. But he just runs all over the place. And sure enough, I have everything normally where I had it before I got the pod and everything. And he runs. He tries to go past my peer. Not my peer, but the AVX. But he hits like the cables and everything, ding on there, rips out the AC cable kind of thing. Oh man, it was.
You still have that dog?
Yeah, I didn't kill him. Right, well. I didn't kill him.
You can't. They don't know any better.
Oh man, I'm like, oh man, and my daughter, she was so sad because it's her dog. And I was just so upset because I get so emotional about my stuff. Yeah. And she got so down, and I was just like, hey, it's not your fault. It's a dog. But
they don't know any better.
They don't know any better. Okay, Tom, might get a carbon started and get your CGEM. Hey, I've got, I'll give you a good deal on it, So it's I'll take some pictures of it for you, let you know. If you're interested, let me know. Seriously. And yeah, we can get it over there. Go get it over to you and get over to Terre Haute there for you.
Terre Haute?
Yep. So yeah. It's 9:30 Eastern. So, and as we can see, Dan left. So he
left the building.
Thanks, Ben, for hanging out with us as well.
Yeah, Ben, thanks for hanging.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're on anymore, but thank you for coming on. Really appreciate that. Cool. Put them on Discord for sure. Yep, no problem. But yeah, so I've got this working. Once you get past the once we get past a hurricane and you get some clear skies again, what's next for you? What are you going to be continuing on?
I'm gonna finish my Ghost of Cassiopeia and then put the 81 on there and start Andromeda.
Okay.
And I think this year I'm going to try do Andromeda and obviously RGB, but I'm going to do HA and O3.
Okay. Okay.
I saw somebody posted a version of it and he got a lot of O3 and it looked really interesting. There's a lot of stuff in Andromeda that a good O3 filter will pick out.
There you go.
And I was interested to try that with Andromeda this year.
Sure.
And you know what? I did Andromeda last year with the same scope, so potentially I could just add to that.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
So,
for sure. Yep.
And the GT81, I put the Nightcrawler on it, so I can match the rotation and everything, so that if I just want to add to it, I just match the rotation and just get more RGB, more HA, and then get a ton of O3 on it and see what I get.
There you go. Hey, Ben, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Saying you got to hit the hay soon, so no excuse to stay up. Yeah, if it's not clear outside, then
get your rest, buddy.
Get your rest for sure. But thank you for hopping on. Really appreciate it.
It's good talking to you.
Yeah. Yeah, Tom, I will put it out on Discord. I can take a couple snapshots. Let you see it, just let me know.
Get the cobwebs off it first.
Yeah, I will get the cobwebs off of it.
Buff it up, make it look good.
Make it look nice. Make it look purty. So yeah, Robin she was like, when are you gonna get rid of this thing? I'm like, I'll get to it.
Oh, trust me. I have 2 cars that are parked in my driveway that I'm like, when are we getting rid of these things?
Oh man, of course, I hear you. But we've got Friday. Don't forget. Oh, I'm thinking of working on a constellation. I'm thinking of working on Andromeda. As a matter of fact, I think I'll work on Andromeda.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah,
Dan's not going to be here, so
yeah, I don't think Dan will be here, so I think I'll take Andromeda.
You just do a big presentation on Andromeda.
Yeah, I think I will. And so I may work on that. Heck, if I feel so inclined, I may work on 2, but maybe we're at least right now we'll do Andromeda.
I'd do one, but I ain't got time.
I hear you.
With the boss out of town, I am busy as hell.
Yeah. So we are definitely going to continue on with Constellation Night. So even when Dan's away, I'm gonna, it's going to be the Eric Mythology Hour.
We like that though. You do such a good job at all the mythology and all that. I love it. I love it myself.
And it's a blast. It's a blast. But and that's one of the things that I love about astronomy is just the stories from antiquity and mythology and think about these people who created these myths, these stories were before the birth of Christ, 2 BC. You have Ptolemy who cataloged the original, some of the
constellations.
The 43 constellations.
They've been looking at the stars for a long
time. And you just think about all of that, and it's almost like you're getting into a time machine. When you're imaging, you are truly getting into a time machine.
Yeah.
And you're looking at, and the images that you're pulling out is from light that is millions upon millions of years old, depending on which target you're going at.
What's even more amazing is they haven't changed very much over those millennia.
No,
you're like, oh my God, now things really moved a lot.
Right.
It's like it's all still pretty much the same.
Speaking of things,
it might be a star burn out here or there, but we don't know yet.
No, but here's the thing: you brought up a very good point here, that good segue here about things changing with the fall constellations coming in. I'm thinking about Orion. When I think about Orion, I also think about Betelgeuse.
Betelgeuse.
Betelgeuse. I said it 3 times.
You said it.
It's showtime. But I thought about Betelgeuse, and I remember maybe it was about 2 or 3 years ago when the astronomers were looking at, and thinking that something's up with Betelgeuse, like it's dimming or something's going on. They think go out.
Yeah.
Well, the latest information that I heard something, I don't remember where, off the top of my head, but I heard something recently that astronomers and astrophysicists are thinking that Betelgeuse is actually a binary system.
Yeah, I think I saw that too.
And that the reason that you see the dimming on and off like it's been, it could be because there is this second star that's in that gravitational area, and orbiting Betelgeuse, and they're and they're in tandem, and it's just the rotation, it dims it out.
But they also, I read an article where it's potentially just spewing gas.
Yeah, exactly.
And that gas clouds our view of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the gas dissipates and it gets brighter again. Yeah. But then they also said that, this could be a precursor of it's getting ready to roll. Mm-hmm. And that it's not outside the realm of possibility that within our lifetime it may go.
Well,
but it's just so far away.
But it's so far away. The light
it's so hard to tell.
You can't tell. Yeah. You cannot tell because Betelgeuse is just so far away that one minute, it's doing all this, but it could be in our lifetime. It could be a couple hundred years from now. We don't know.
Yeah. I mean, they do have an idea. There was that other star that they were talking about. It's going to go nova. Yes. But it's not going to explode. It's not going to go supernova. It's just going to do its thing, which I guess does every so many million years or 1,000 years or something. It does it regularly. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to think what that was. And it was anyway, but they're predicting that's going to happen this year. But it's not going to be like if Betelgeuse goes supernova. Mm-hmm. That's something you'll be able to see in the daytime. It'll still look like you'll be able to look up in the daylight and go, there's Betelgeuse.
Yeah.
Exploding.
Yep. Exactly. So, it's one of those things that we don't know when it's going to happen. Is it really a binary system that's causing the dimming? Is it dust and, gases being expelled from Betelgeuse? Who knows? It's just too far away. All we can do, and all the astronomers and astrophysicists, all they can do is speculate. Yeah. So who knows? But
yeah. And I don't think there's too much stuff from JWST if they've actually done anything on it yet. I'd have to see. I would imagine somebody's got to book time on JWST to say, hey, let's turn it to Betelgeuse. Let's see what's going on.
See what's going on. Right.
But,
maybe at some point they will. Maybe at some point some astrophysicist, is going to say, hey, give me some time on the James Webb and let us take some time and start studying Betelgeuse for a while.
Yeah.
Take some images. But should be interesting. Whatever happens, it's gonna, especially if it happens in our lifetime, that's gonna be something. Like you said, it's gonna be so bright. It's gonna be
incredible.
So let's see. We've got going on in the chat. Not much else really happening here in the chat.
Blaze star every 80 years, Jackie says. Is it every 80 years? Wow, okay. And I'm trying to remember the constellation. It's something that we'll be able to see in the northern hemisphere.
There's an episode of the universe that is on Betelgeuse. Okay, the universe. All right, I'll have to take a look.
Oh, that talks about it. Yeah.
Talks about Betelgeuse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to take a look. So yeah. All right. Let's see. There is. I was also taking a look to see if any of our fellow astrophotographers and YouTubers, been kicking out some content. I did see something from Galactic Hunter where he and his wife have moved to France now, I believe, because his wife is expecting, Antoine's wife is expecting, and they're looking at trying to figure out where to put the telescope because they're not in Vegas anymore. So we'll see how they're going to end up doing that.
So here I found it right here. So it's T Nova Core. What is it? Rare nova could be visible over Earth any day now. NASA says how to be the first to see it. Some astronauts will be able to see and look up to see in the night sky without a telescope. Could happen any day now. NASA expects. Experts said Wednesday that stellar burst called a nova will make it seem as if a new star is shining down on the Earth. It won't stick around forever, though. T Coronae Borealis, dubbed the Blaze Star. So they're like talking it's going to happen soon, like any day. And this is the one I think they were talking about. And if you could normally tune your telescope to this star, it would look like nothing. It'd look like a tiny little speck. But when it goes nova, it's going to look like one of the biggest, brightest stars in the night sky. And then it's going to go away, and then it'll go back to its little tiny speck. But it says it's roughly 17 quadrillion miles away. He's so funny. It says likely to be one of the brightest ones ever witnessed from Earth since 1975. Pretty wild.
Which constellation this is? Which constellation?
Corona Borealis.
Corona Borealis.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and that's northern hemisphere, I think.
I believe so.
Yeah.
We were just talking about earlier. We were talking about remote observatories and would you do it? I want to. This is something they got in that's kind of interesting. If you see this or not. Here we go. I think this is Bray Falls' observatory business, remote observatory business, Starfront Observatories.
Uh-huh.
And to reserve a pier, this is what caught my eye. Let's go down here.
This is the one in Texas?
Yeah, this is the one in Texas.
Yeah.
$150 a month. And that's with a max 32 inch swing diameter and up to a 48 swing diameter, which is pretty standard. I mean, $200 for a light. I mean, so that's something like the 81 or my 91, something like that. I mean, possibly even the 32, but I'm thinking more the 91 or the 48 most likely, you can reserve and get something, put a deposit down to have a reservation to bring your scope down to Texas, and for $200, even less, for a decent apochromatic refractor. I mean, a 91 or a smaller, you can get it for under $200 to rent, in one of their peers, so, and a standard size is $300 a month. But yeah, that's not it. But these other two, I mean, they're making it affordable, which I love. The idea of, because they understand, just like, they understand, the struggles that a lot of us are going with light pollution and everything.
Yeah.
And you can go and go to a Border One site in Texas, which is where it's going to end, where you have people that are going to be able to take care of your equipment and address any issues for under $200. That's pretty darn impressive.
I wonder what kind of building they have them in.
Let me take a look, see. They show it. It's video surveillance. Let me see if they have anything. Okay.
Oh, so there you go. It's like a big roll-off barn almost.
Yeah, big roll-off. Okay.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, so big roll-offs.
There you go. Cool.
So that is cool. That is pretty darn cool. All right. We're almost about that time here. Right. Stop sharing. But congrats to Bray Falls and, Starfront Observatories and getting things started. And it's good that you have, a person like Bray, who rescues an astronomer and an astrophotographer just like us, that's getting started with this opportunity with him and his friends, and they're making it affordable for people. I think that's I think that's fantastic. So. All right. Well, I think we're almost going to call it. Don't forget to check everything out at astroworldweb.com/IOTW for the image of the week. So you can get your vote in for the last image of the week of September. And then that is the last image of the week for September 2024, man. I can't believe we're almost, next week we're going to be in October.
Wow.
I mean, it's like, wow. So, but I still, like I said, I love this time of year when you get, the longer nights are coming. So more opportunities for, imaging, as long as you have the skies for it. So I do look forward to that.
I do too. I don't look forward to the cold, but
no, I don't look forward to the cold. I will say that. I don't look forward to the cold, but I do look forward to some longer imaging time for sure.
Yeah, definitely for sure.
So, any final thoughts from you?
No, not really. Just rain, go away, come again some other day.
Exactly. Yeah.
Other than that, thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully Dan gets righted up and he'll be back next week and we can brag on him some more.
I know, right? I know. So yeah, it's as far as for me, again, thanks everybody for joining. Really appreciate the continued support. Dave, thank you for hopping on and being in here. And yeah, we will catch up with everybody on Friday. I will be working on tomorrow. I'll be working on my presentation for Andromeda. So get ready for a little bit of, astrophotography and a lot of Greek mythology.
Yep. And go vote. Get your friends and family to go vote.
Yep. Get online, go to our website, and, go vote. So, and I think right now, for fresh here, we've got for the novice, we've got 12 votes right now for novice, for the novice bracket, and 14 for the experience bracket. So we still got plenty of time. But let everybody know. Share this video, share the information across Facebook, share it across Discord and and all of our other platforms, and let your friends and family know. Especially if you got one of these images out here and you want to try to grab your share of some money from Astroworld telescopes, for a gift certificate to get some new gear. It's how you do it. It's how you get it. So absolutely. All right. So thank you again, everybody, and have a great night. We'll see you guys on Friday. And as always, keep imaging, keep educating in clear skies, and we will see you guys on Friday. So thanks a lot.
See you, everybody. Thanks for the birthday wishes too.